Alright, so the last vlog we did, we had just gotten our Lance orders in. We were starting to roll them out on the showroom floor. We highlighted the PCH a little bit. I know me and Brad and Colin all kind of talked about it. Now we're starting to get the scooters rolling in the floor. We're getting most of them assembled. I think we have everything out here on the floor except for right now the Havana Classic. But the team's starting to unbox them, starting to learn them. The sales staff is starting to kind of get, their hands dirty, so to speak, in terms of figuring out what the selling points are and everything. And we're getting ready to go full steam ahead with Lance as, one of our new products. So I think today we're going to go a little bit more in depth with each of the models and show you kind of some of the differences between them. So a lot of people don't understand exactly what it takes to get a new product line into the showroom. There's a lot of conversations that happen beforehand, a lot of logistics that go in. You got to get the product up on the website, you got to get new pictures, you got to get them in your point of sale system, you got to educate your service team how to assemble the scooters, and then your sales team how to sell them. So there's a lot of steps that go along the way and to try to launch this new product, and we're kind of re-seeing that with the introduction of Lance into our showroom. Real estate is another thing. We want to make sure that every single piece of real estate in our showroom is maximized to sell something that's going to do well. And so what does that look like? So there's always these steps that go into those decisions, and this is kind of what it looks like. So we kind of re-merchandise our showroom a little bit, and we'll show you some shots of that later, but we've got our Lance on display. Still going to get some accessories up. But there's just all this kind of stuff that goes into that kind of decision making whenever you're bringing a new product line into the showroom. The biggest thing is definitely, relationships. This relationship started several years ago when the guys from Lance were in town. They poked their head in the dealership and just kind of wanted to see what we were about. Yeah, we blew them away. We showed them, you're crazy to not be in here. But after that, we go to AIM Expo in October of 2018, and we had dinner with them. And just over the last few years, just building a relationship, and it became clear to both parties that we were two parties that wanted to do business together. Other hurdles, you gotta get the team educated. You want to make sure that anytime you launch a new product that you're ready to do it with full force. You don't want to kind of limp into something. You want to make sure that you've got enough product. What we find in retail is a lot of times people will launch a product and then want to have one of something, right? Or maybe two of something. And the truth is that just doesn't sell. You've got to really have a row of product and just make it stand out. Otherwise, people will just kind of dismiss it. So you want to be able to set yourself up to succeed, set yourself up to have a good product launch by making sure you've got enough inventory, that the team is well educated in terms of the selling points, the differentiating factors. And then, like I said, the relationships are everything. You got to have a team behind you, whether it's from the distributor side, whether it's your sales team. You gotta have a team behind you that's eager about the product and wants it to have a successful launch. We're getting ready to take an in-depth look at each model. First off, some of the similarities, all the engines are pretty much exactly the same. The warranty is gonna be exactly the same.
What size is
The engines all of these are gonna be 49cc 4-stroke motors. So not your gas oil mix like the 2-strokes are. These are 4-stroke machines.
And the nice thing about keeping under 50 cc's is...
Yeah, in Florida you don't have to have a motorcycle license for anything under 50 cc. So if you've ever been in the Gainesville market, that's 95% of what you see out on the road is all going to be 49cc scooters going to and from campus and everything like that. And so everything that we have on the Lance line will fit that mold. No motorcycle license required. And again, the performance of the engine, the warranty, all that's going to be super similar. But as you dive into some of the things that differentiate, the one model we don't have out here today is actually the Havana Classic. That one's still being assembled in the warehouse. But here we have that one is a traditional kind of retro scooter. But here we have the Cali Classic. This one's cool. This one's kind of your cruiser type retro. It has the naked handlebars, kind of similar to a motorcycle. Full body retro style. Comes in some nice pastel colors like light blue, butterscotch yellow. But that's kind of your California retro style. Over here we have the Cabo. This one's kind of let's call it motocross inspired. It's got a little bit of an aggressive feel to it. A slightly knobby tire. Don't recommend you taking any scooters necessarily off road, but if you have some loose stand, this one's going to grab traction a little bit better. It's got the knobby tire, the stacked headlights, LED running lights. It's got a digital display, which is really cool. But like I said, this one's kind of your motocross inspired aggressive type bike. Next to that, we have the PCH. PCH stands for Pacific Coast Highway, for those that don't know. The guys from Lance are actually kind of pop quizzing me on that, and I had it, don't worry. But the PCH is kind of your sport bike. It actually kind of has a cool design. It actually looks fast just as it sits. But that's your traditional sport bike. And then last we have the Lance Soho. This one's your big wheel bike. It's got a 16-inch front wheel. More agility, more stability. It's going to handle the best out of all the bikes. Negligible difference most of the time, but it's going to feel much more sturdy, much more stable on the road because of that 16-inch front wheel. And that comes in some cool pastel colors as well. Okay, so those are our Lance scooters. I hope you guys all like them. To wrap it up, I think it's really important for all businesses to just kind of take inventory of what market trends are. Anything that can diversify what you offer to the public is good. We do it here where, I mean, we're always kind of keeping our eyes on what the newest models are, what the newest distributors are, what can we offer to the students at the University of Florida and the Gainesville community, what's going to stand out. So you always got to keep your eye on what's new and upcoming. Try to innovate. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to take some risks on bringing stuff in and just kind of beta test and see how it does. With scooters, I mean, that's where our bread is buttered. We know how to kind of operate this, but still sometimes you never know how the community is going to respond to a new product, but you go at it with full force, right? So like we bring in a bunch of new models, a bunch of colors to choose from, and just kind of see how it goes, right? But don't shy away from taking those risks. Don't shy away from diversifying whatever it is that you offer, and always try to stay on the forefront of what you can offer in your business. So now that you've seen them, come in, call, pick the sales department's brains on what the differentiating factors are, test drive them, and we hope that you love them as much as we do. We're super pumped to offer these to you, these brand new shiny Lance scooters, and come buy the first one.